going to show you how to just tie your quilt. And for this, you can use yarn, you can use embroidery floss, you can use this pearl cotton, you can use sashiko thread. It's really up to you and the desired look that you want. Back when my grandmother, well, I should say my great-grandmother was making quilts, she made a quilt for me, and it was tied with yarn. Yarn that I'm sure she bought at Kmart or whatever the local store was. It's nothing expensive. It's not fine. It's just a thicker yarn. You just basically want something that's going to hold all three of those layers together so that as you use your quilt, as you wash your quilt, they don't all get bunched up and move around. So find a spot. It really doesn't matter where, but just for this purpose, I'm going to go, make my tie right here in this corner. So I'm going to come up from the back. And I'm going to leave a little bit of thread on the back so I have room to tie it. So in this particular case, I'll be tying it on the back. And I'm going to go back down through all three layers of the quilt. I want that to be tight. And when I come back up, I'm going to come back up right next to where I came up the first time. Not necessarily in that same hole, but like really super close. Okay. And I'm going to go back down. And again, this is just kind of a personal preference. If you want to do it 2, 3 times, whatever look that you want. You can make that look thicker if you want, or you can just use a thicker thread and only go through it once. Then we're going to flip our quilt over. I'm going to snip my thread off of the needle. So I've got my 2 tails. First, I'm going to go left over right, tie. Then I'm going to go right over left. And there you got it. That's a square knot. And now I've got these long tails only because you can't obviously tie a knot if you've only got a tail this long. I don't really like the looks of that. I don't want that big long thing flapping around. So I'm just going to cut it to the length that I want. And there you go. There I've got my little tie. And in this case, it's on the back. If you wanted to do it so your tie was on the front, you would just do it exactly the opposite way.